and gentlemen, welcome back to the EGL Summoners Cup number 14. This time, it is going to be the quarterfinal match between Bananas in Tuxedos and Counter Legit Gaming. My name is The Pash. Casting with me, here is my co-caster and colleague, Veteran.
What's up?
Greetings.
Okay, what's up, people? I'm Veteran and I am co-casting with Pash. There you go.
That's true.
Bananas in Tuxedos, what a name.
Yeah, Counter Legit Gaming is good too, though.
Ah, yeah.
Oh well.
And here we go.
We are in Champ Select. Here we go in D. It is going to be one good game, and Rammus banned out.
Rammus is out.
I know how much you love Rammus. He is banned for this one. Oh well. And
well, I'm paying for my sins.
again, we have the wrong overlay on, ladies and gentlemen. We will fix that right away as more picks and bans are coming in. Take the
Bananas in Tuxedos on the left, CLG Superior on the right.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they're not superior. We'll find out in this game.
Well, we're not going to see Vayne from them, so we will never know.
Cassidy also banned away. That's 100% pick and ban rate in this tournament. But no, nobody is really surprised by it. Are you surprised by it?
By Kassadin? No, Kassadin's always going to be a strong pick. Even when they try to nerf him, they just unintentionally buff the guy. There's no real way to sort of shift power with Kassadin because in general he just gives too much power whenever he wants to. He has the ability to lead champions from the game. And whenever you put a form of CC on someone who already deals immense amounts of damage, like Kassadin's Silence, you have problems. We see that with Riven as well, her hard CC from a W. That just elevates her to immense, monstrous proportions. And so what they did with Vayne, that Vayne now has like a 44% win rate, one of the lowest win rates in the game, and they got that just by concentrating on her Condemned, concentrating on her crowd control, that basically allowed her to 1v5 the teams. It's not just the damage that's keeping these monsters alive, it's their crowd control. Except, of course, for Shyvana, who just soaks up everything and is also banned here.
Yep, we have seen a couple of Shyvanas in the games prior. Definitely did come out very strong. Meanwhile, some first picks came in here for Bananas and Tuxedos and Counter Legit Gaming. It is the Jarvan picked up for the first pick for Bet, while Counter picked themselves up in Elise and Thresh. That's probably going to be jungle and support, if I'm not mistaken, which I do not think I am.
We're seeing a very interesting combo, though, over on from Bananas in Tuxedos, a full name that I have to use, so you can't not call yourselves that and not expect me to use the full name. Jarvan locks them in, Orianna bounces them up, grasping roots. You know, you've already got all the makings of a very good team fight from Bit. I'm gonna say it. Oh, Mundo.
Ooh.
Please lock in Mundo.
That's really
I'm being somewhat trolled here, I think.
Maybe. We'll never know. Except, of course, one of the teams comes out and says, yes, we are trolling you. But I doubt that'll happen. Orianna Zyra picked up, as you have said. Fizz also picked up. That is a slippery son of a gun right there. And if he gets going, he's just going to explode everyone.
Somebody's incredibly confident on that team, though. Picking Fizz into an Orianna lane, that never really goes that well. It's definitely not a lane that's in Fizz's favour. So someone's quite confident on that team and their abilities on mid lane. Lucian. This looks almost exactly the same as a composition that I just saw you casting.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Unfortunately, Shyvana's gone now.
But, it's going to be a Renekton in the top lane, I suppose. And we didn't have that either. Or did we? No, actually, in the first game, I think. Well,
Renekton is still incredibly strong, so the Vayne ban will work in his favour 100%. Vayne's one of the few champions who can stand up to him. Now this is now this is exactly the same. In the current poke meta, the two ADCs that are really... Ooh, Zac? Zac?
That's interesting.
Oh, I haven't seen Zac in ages.
That's true. I think we saw him last week, but the game did not go so well. We'll see if Tuxedos will be able to make use of that Zac in this game. It does quite an interesting pickup, as we do see Ezreal get locked in. So that's going to be an Ezreal Zyra bottom lane. And leaving the Renekton open prompts Counter Legit Gaming to say, yep, we'll take that. Thank you very much.
Very interested to see whether it's Jarvan or Zac top or jungle here. Both of them are incredibly good at both roles. That threw me off. That threw me off 100%. After they got rid of the tenacity on his ultimate, Zac kind of lost his groove, I guess, in being what essentially Zac used to be a Mumu with swag, and now he's more like a melee range Orianna ultimate. So that's the best.
We do have the ball delivery system, though. Pretty strong from both Jarvan and Zac.
So now he's Orianna with swag. Excellent.
Orianna with swag.
Renekton locked in after 55 seconds of indecision. They have locked in Renekton.
That completes both the team competitions for both of the teams. Let's go through them real quick. For Bananas and Tuxedos, it's gonna be the Zac in the top lane, played by EJ Panda. It's gonna be Musi Miyajisi. Oh God, what kind of name is that? I'm just gonna call him Musi. Musi on Jarvan in the jungle. Wolfish EU. Mookie Meowsy. Yeah,
Mookie Meowsy. Yeah. Let's just ignore whatever is after the second M. Mookie Meowsy.
Mookie Meowsy. Yes. He's on Jarvan and he's in the jungle. He's Wolfish EU on Orianna in the middle lane, and Axian Trixio on Ezreal and Zyra in bottom.
Well, bot lane definitely has an immense poke advantage. Tristana, though, she will become much more relevant as the game goes on, if she can get past the mid-game. I like the fact that Ezreal's being picked against Tristana, because Ezreal's main strength is the same place where Tristana is the weakest, in the mid-game. Really, from bot lane, we're going to be looking for Fresh to be making those plays in mid lane to sort of keep those two guys relevant for a bit. We're in the poke composition right now, and the Ezreal or Lucian, both are being hovered over there. Both are like what you want. They're really hotly contested picks in Korea, for example. Lucian, he's on like 100%, isn't he? Pick ban. Yeah. But I have to say, I think just in terms of team fight, I have to give it over to Bananas in Tuxedos. Well, smartly dressed as they are.
They have swag. They have an Orianna with swag. They actually have an Orianna as well. And they're wearing tuxedos, so that's going to be swagalicious as well. For Counter Legit Gaming, it is going to be Renekton, played by Klek in the top lane. In the jungle, it's going to be Bob Sibg on Elise. Middle lane, Johnny Betch on Fizz. And in the bottom lane, Defcon 1337 and Tex Tech on Tristana and Thresh.
They have such a dive-oriented combo, and if they do that, they might just get met with a Zac ultimate. That's the risk that they take.
Well, yeah, especially paired with that shockwave that could come out, which would open them all up for a nice cataclysm in which Ezreal can throw in his True Shot barrage. So
it's not just Zac that can carry the shockwave through. Jarvan's dive as well could include the shockwave. They might have Zac picked just to defend themselves from Fizz and Elise coming in trying to melt Orianna and Ezreal. They might just use Zac's ultimate for that, because right now it's not the type of thing you want to throw in, say, if they still have Renekton on that side, because now Renekton W, job done. Zac's kind of stalled for a little bit. We can haul ass, or Fresh can flay. He doesn't have the tenacity required to withstand everything that's going on there. But as a purely defensive move, Zac's ultimate would be brilliant if they all dived in. It would instantly turn around the fight, even if, say, Orianna's shockwave is down.
Well, certainly a kind of consideration gone into these team competitions. If Counter does manage to get a dive going while Zac or Jarvan are not nearby, they can certainly pick up a few kills for themselves here, but I do have to agree that Bananas and Tuxedos do look like they have the stronger teamfight composition here. We're going to see how this translates into the game. Options. Yeah. The thing is, they have to take these options. If they have these options open and do not take them, then I think we can See a very strong game coming out of Counter Legit Gaming as well. As it stands, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the loading screen. It is the EGL Summoners Cup number 14 quarterfinals between Bananas in Tuxedos and Counter Legit Gaming. We have seen the team compositions, and what we have not talked about just yet is level 1. What do you think will we see from that? Obviously, there have been quite a few strong level 1 pickups for both of these teams, but looking at the totals, what do you think? Which team should go for it?
Which team should go for it? In general, the team with the hook should always try to initiate the level 1. So just purely going on that rule, I would have to give the level 1 to Counter Legit Gaming, just purely on the basis of Fresh. He can secure an early kill for them. Renekton could potentially dive in, Tristana could dive in, Fizz could dive in. They have a very good team for a level 1. If they're just looking for that pick, if it went all out into a level 1 team fight, it's not completely it's Bananas in Tuxedos, isn't it? It's Bananas in Tuxedos favor, but I would sort of skew more towards them. But I think in terms overall on level 1, Counter Legit Gaming actually have quite a good level 1 going here.
We'll see if they'll go for it. We are in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is The Patch. With me casting here is Veteran. All the summoners have loaded into the Rift, and we hopefully have a good game in front of us of all the champs that are moving towards their lanes. And we will see if they do decide to go for the level 1. Of course, an early advantage may do a lot for this dive-oriented team, because the more fed your champions are, the likelier you will be to survive potential dives. What's going on in chat? I'm assuming you're laughing yourself to chat.
No, it was just that Renekton accidentally forgot a trinket.
Oh.
Or I don't know, maybe he wanted to give Zac a fighting chance for a little bit and had to run back. What the slight giggle was about.
I know, it's just trinkets. I do forget them all the time, I have to admit.
Oh, I did that this morning with a Nasus game, but then I remembered I was Nasus and I don't really have to care. Everyone's too scared of me anyway right now.
Yes, I suppose it is exactly what everyone thought. Bananas and Tuxedos are moving into the Banana Brush, into the former Banana Brush. It is not a Banana Brush anymore, as there has been a slight cut-off right there. But it does look like, other than a Mystic Shot coming out, they're just going to back
The former
away.
Banana Brush, the overripe Banana Brush.
Yeah. Has been
Bananas in Tuxedo simply wanted to pay respect to the forebearer of their name.
I suppose so. Would make sense, really. So, fairly standard jungle starts for both of these teams. Mukimyasi gonna pick up his red buff right here with a strong leash from the bottom lane, while Bob Sibji will pick up his red buff as well, being helped here by Klek. They're gonna pick up their buffs, they're gonna farm another cam, gonna pick up their second buffs, or maybe even go for an early gank. Especially with that Elise, you could just repel in, land a cocoon. Might spell doom for whoever gets caught by that.
The best defense is a good offense. They couldn't risk being spread out at level 1, what with Fresh being able to pick anyone he sees. So they grouped together, they went for it. At the very worst, they'd force like a flat-out level 1 team fight, which probably wouldn't have gone that far in either of the team's favours. So it was the best response they could have. They did not want to be spread out like Counter Legit could force to be, just for the pure risk of Fresh.
Well, they stuck together, ready for the Thresh Hook. And it does look like nobody's going to go for an early gank. They do decide to take their cams, get to level 3 before they go onto the lanes.
And right here you can see the Fizz versus Orianna lane. Completely in Orianna's favour. She can just keep on harassing Fizz, making life really hard for him. He's already on half Orianna's CS. It's a very risky thing to do, picking Fizz into Orianna.
Well, he did start with a flask, not opting to go with a Doran's Ring here, so I guess he did expect something going down. But Bob Zib come in, misses the cocoon, but Wolfish Ewe going very, very low. Playful Trickster, not going to quite deal the damage, but here they go back in with the repel, but here's Musi Miyasi, Flag and Drax in, and Bob and Johnny Batch are forced to move away from this one. A little bit of a quarrel here in the middle lane, with no clear victor coming out there.
Oriana's rather low on mana now after that gank. She pretty much burst everything trying to trade damage, so maybe Fizz has bought a little bit of time for himself to get some farm. But Lisa's going to have to keep doing that if Fizz wants to stay in the game. Fight going on top. A lot of harass being put down by both.
Yeah. Oh, the hook lands onto Exi in the bottom lane, but the rocket jump had just been used by Defcon. Exi Arcane shifts in, deals some more damage. Grasping Roots do come out. Lots of poke going over to Tex-Tech. And I'm not quite sure if that hook was in their favor, really, because they took more damage than they dealt.
Well, they're treading the waters. At least they can see what type of damage they can do and what type of damage they can trade. This Zyra's still incredibly strong, even with all the support changes. Now that everything is skewing over to the more tank-oriented supports like Fresh, Zyra's still holding her own just because of the immense poke that she can put down. She has a response to everything a champion like Fresh can do, even if it is just pure damage.
Yep.
Annie also stays relevant in much the same way, mostly because Riot couldn't target these champions without changing them in their minds to being fully supports. There's a gank going top.
Oh, the cocoon lands onto EJ Panda. He may be in some major trouble here. We will probably see the cell division pop. Will he be able... Oh no, the flash under the turret. That was a last second flash, and he does manage to survive this one. That's the flash burn, though.
I think he's kind of weighing it up there. Is it worth popping my passive now? No, I think it's better to save it. Ooh,
oh, hook lands onto Exi, and now Defcon is in the vicinity. Rocket Jump is not available. The Ignite goes down from Trixie onto him. Has to use it to get away. Ignite is ticking away, but it will not be enough to take him down. And again, a hook ends into a very... in a very unfavorable situation here for Counter Legit Gaming's bottom lane.
Mid lane?
Just a little bit of damage, but nothing more than that.
Fizz is trading damage really well right now with Oriana, and at least looks like she's going to go and gank.
Oh, Wolfish he recalls the middle of the lane. But, of course, Bob does not know that, because there's really no vision, so he backs away, thinking that Oriana got away. But in the top lane, Kleck may be in a little bit of trouble, as he does have to burn his flash to get away from that elastic slingshot. Another flash burned. Some nice ganks coming out of both of these teams.
It's a lot better for Zac, though, because Zac still has a bit of a get-out-of-jail-free card with his passive, essentially his own Guardian Angel from level 1. So burning a flash, flash for flash is always going to be in Zac's favour, because he really does have two defensive summoners, if you think about it that way.
Mid lane, it was... of course.
Yeah, but in the off chance that he can't use it, say Elise has got him rooted.
That's true, though.
You know, he still has a get-out-of-jail-free card. That's really the only point I wanted to make there. Mid lane, I wanted to make a point that Elise's one gank did send Oriana's mana so low, Fizz was actually able to out-damage her in trades, and actually able to get a lot of farm, so... This is definitely a team that knows how to handle a mismatched lane like that. They were right to be confident. He's holding his own.
Yes, he is. He is still quite behind in CS, and Wolfish EU is back, full on mana, so Johnny Bat's going to have to watch out a little bit. Because before that gank, before Wolfish EU's mana was burned down, he was very far behind in that lane. Got out-traded, out-farmed, out-everything, and... yeah, he's taking a lot of damage again now that they're both back on even terms.
That would have just snowballed, though. Oriana was on double Ezreal, so...
Ooh, close one. Close one.
The damage coming from Elise in this fight.
Oh, the rappel down onto the bottom lane. Look at that. He immediately jumps onto the Dark Passage and uses it just as he comes down. That's some nice timing. But Exi and Trixie still holding up. They're just dominating this bottom lane right now.
A Zac on top lane, though. He's gone back, he's got Giant Spell, he's able to out-trade the Renekton right now. He's a force to be reckoned with. Once you have Zac going on his first back, actually acquiring all of this health, he becomes such a dominant force in lane. He really does, and I'm not quite sure how he's being able to keep up in CS, despite the fact he's quite clearly gone out of lane once, and Renekton just hasn't. So Zac's more than holding his own top lane. He's absolutely dominating that.
Yeah, he is. Renekton's flash will not be available for quite a while, so We may see Musi Miyasi going up there to maybe get a gank done. As he just prepares to donate the blue buff over to the Orianna.
On top lane.
Oh, fight on top lane indeed. Let's Bounce is used by EJ Panda. Click going very, very low. Has to pop the Dominus. The Ignite is down, though. He's still pursuing EJ Panda. There's no jungler right there. He is running away and toward this turret. Will he be able to take him down? He slices and survives with 70 HP.
So ridiculous.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. We do see Musi Miyasi coming in. Will he get the kill? He just decided to die. First blood! Very nicely done right there. Oh, that's kind of sad.
At least he can hold his head up high. He got away from the Zac who was ahead, and he had to burn 2 of their ultimates to kill him.
That's true. That's true. Nicely done. On the bottom lane, the fight goes down. True Shot Barrage goes through. It's going very, very low, but X-Tech will be taken down by Trixio. Bobby is now here, though. Jumps straight onto Trixio. Both flashes burned. One more auto attack will be enough to pick him up. He's now in Axie's Wrath, and he will possibly go down here. He just decides to turn the aggression onto Defcon. Is now getting chased by Bob, doing decent damage, actually. Will he be able to take her down? No, he will not. He goes down. 2-for-1 trade in that bottom lane. Nicely played by Elise.
That's the decision to go Sheen instead of Phage right here. He is not worried about Tristana or Fresh actually getting away from his...
EU coming down from the middle lane. Nice repel, but he will come down. Oh no, he actually comes down behind the turret, but Jarvan is there to pick that one up. It's a 2-for-2 after all.
There's no shortage of manly Jarvans in this tournament, is there?
Not really, no.
That right there, though, they were able to profit from the decision by Ezreal to go Sheen instead of Phage first, a more traditional Phage. But he's not worried whatsoever about Tristana or Fresh getting away because he's so confident of the immense poke that's coming out of that Ezreal Zyra lane that no matter what situation, he'll be able to take them out with just 1 E and a Q, maybe.
And you saw Johnny Batch actually using his Chum the Waters, trying to land it onto Wolfish EU, but he missed, so that ultimate's not going to be available for him for a while. But we do see Bananas and Tuxedos pick up the first dragon of the game. That's going to give some gold over into their pockets, but here comes the flash and rocket jump in. Trixio going very, very low. Defcon picks up that one. Textec now be the next target. Will he go down to Exi? He nicely arcane shifts around him, picks up the kill. Defcon now going to be the next target as Musi Miyasi comes in as well. Has to flash over the wall. Flag and drag from him. Oh, there's the flash. Cataclysm. He will go down as well. Wow, nicely played.
There was no need, except for the extra damage, for Tristana to burn her escape to get into that fight. There was absolutely no need. She was there. Fresh had the ult down. Fresh had the hook. Fresh had the flays. Fresh had everything to keep Ezreal there for a little bit. And that cost her eventually. She had to burn her flash to get across the wall. If she hadn't used her W needlessly, she could have gotten out.
Oh, a little bit of a misplay there that led to his death, along with his supports. There's going to be a couple more kills over to Bananas and Tuxedos as they pick up the dragon and 2 kills on top of it. So they do seem to be in control of this game right now as they are sitting on almost a 4,000 gold lead at this early point in the game.
Top lane is just an absolute stomp right now. Elise is just sat there on the sidelines waiting to go and help, but Renekton's on the low half health, constantly being pushed back under his turret.
You know, he goes aggressive onto EJ Panda. The cocoon does land. Loads of damage going down onto him. Is he going to try to take down Click? The Dominus was burned. He uses his elastic slingshot to get out. And, yep, that's it. He burned Renekton's ultimate just to get out with a normal skill. And I think that pretty much underlines how far ahead he is in lane at this point.
He even has his passive up, and this is not something that Counter Legit Gaming can afford because they need Elise to keep Fizz in the game. Although Fizz is doing a marvellous job of that himself, actually. He's only behind by 16 CS on the mid lane, which against the Orianna is more than respectable, but the more Elise has to go top lane and has to go bot lane, the further behind he's likely to go, unless he just outright goes for the kills on Orianna all the time.
Did see him burn the Chum the Waters. Did not quite hit. It is available now, so once Bob comes in, they may be going for a gank, but Wolfish EU makes his way into his own jungle to farm away some wraiths, and that's not going to be an opportunity for Bob to jump in right there. Musi Miyasi picking up his red buff. Other than that, things are pretty quiet on a Rift right now, as we do see some recalls going down, some back to bases. No turrets taken yet, So that's going to be obviously the next objective for both of these teams, to get some gold into their pockets. Bananas and Tuxedos have the advantage. Question is, what can they make out of it?
I'm not entirely sure what Nexon is thinking there. I think with his build, I think that Counter Legit Gaming have pretty much just accepted that they do not have the better team fight, and they want Renekton to become a beefy split pusher fight.
Oh, the fight in the bottom lane box is used. Tuxedos going very, very low. There's a true shot barrage out of Axie, but he will go down here. Johnny Batch picks up that one. Very, very low members of Counter Legit Gaming. Defcon has used his escape, but will go down regardless. Musi Miyasi actually survived this one. He will get away. And so will Johnny Betch. It is a 1-for-1, and in the top lane, we do see Zach going aggressive onto Kleck, but Bob is there. Will he be able to land the cocoon? There it goes. He is getting stunned. His passive will be popped here, but the Ignite is down. There's the Repel. There's the Cell Division. Will they be able to pick up all the blobs? Yes, they will. It does look like... Oh, that Wolfish! Nice Shockwave! Will they be able to pick up the last blob? No, they won't! EJ Panda does survive, and Bob has to burn his flash to get away. Wolfish flashes after him. One more auto attack will be enough. No, there's the cocoon! Oh, wow.
They turned that around brilliantly. That was almost a loss for Zach. Almost turned into a complete 2-for-0 trade. He burnt his passive for another kill for Orianna. That was really good, especially as Fizz just got ahead on bot lane. Orianna needed that to get back in the game, to stay ahead of Fizz, to maintain dominance.
Nice. Yeah, actually going aggressive onto Johnny Batch in the middle lane. Arcane shifting in. Not quite able to land those Mystic shots, so he'll just take him down to half health, but another Mystic shot will come out soon. Playful Trickster is used to avoid that one, but he is now pretty low.
He's a slippery fish, that
Fizz. That's true. That's true. We all know and love the slippery Fizz. Well, not love, but no.
Ezreal is on his power spike already, though. Tristana's gone for more mobility before she's gone flat out for damage. Ezreal, he's gone for both. He can go for both if he wants to. He has Trinity Force, you know. So he's power spiked into the mid game right now as Tristana's Bane, as some people are... Ooh. Hold on that. No, it's just to get the wave. Yeah. Anyway. He's on his mid-game power spike. He is well ahead of Tristana in every aspect right now. He can just pull this advantage further. Bot lane is pretty much out the game right now after that.
Yeah, we did see 3 kills go over to Trixio. That's going to be a very fed support. This is nice to have. Definitely. As on the bottom lane, we do see a quarrel between Defcon and Axie. And we do see, just after a couple of auto-attack trades, Defcon taking load more damage. But in the middle lane, Bob gets caught out. There's the Cataclysm, nicely repelled out. But he will go down regardless. Trixio picks himself up another one. Is now the most fed member of his team. They pick up the middle outer turret. And Bananas and Tuxedos is showing their dominance, showing their advantage in this game.
And to be fair, this is Season 4. They basically have 2 mid laners by having a Zyro Day. Yes, she has a Syson, but she doesn't have to spam wards anymore. Ooh.
Oh, Johnny Batch actually deciding to go in here. Not sure if that was the best decision. Flag and drag in from Musi Miyasi. Kleck coming in as well. The turret will not quite go down. There's the Stranglethorn. It's knocking up 2. Look at that. It's annihilation for Bananas and Tuxedos. They do pick up the middle inner. Kleck going very, very low. Johnny Batch poking his head in and poking it quickly out after he's seen, nope, I'm not going to go in there. They now have to be there for inhibitor turret defense duty. And EJ Panda just tanking the turret just like that. He's not afraid of anything. I think his passive is up by now as well.
Tristana seemed to overestimate the survivability that her team has right now. She essentially offered herself up there, did not get a lick of damage down, having just W'd straight into the Stranglethorns. She got completely deleted from the game before she could do anything.
Oh, now Axie might as well get deleted from the game as Bob goes aggressive onto him. He will Arcane Shift over the wall possibly. Or no, he will not. He just runs towards his team, who are now there. Trixie forcing the repel out of Bob. There's the flash. Axie picks up that one. Nice turnaround, and now Tech and Defcon are on the retreat, at least going down after a very reckless play, trying to take down Axie. Not quite worked out in their favor.
Ezreal right there, though. He fully trusted his team in comparison to Tristana. Actually, it paid off. you can just see the breakdown of one of these teams compared to the strengths of the other.
Yeah, that's really true. Now Tuxedos now sitting on an 11,000 gold lead. It's 18 minutes into the game, and they have an 11,000 gold lead. 4 turrets to 0, 12 kills to 4. They're winning on farm in pretty much every single lane. This is carnage.
In terms of picks as well, they have everything they need to force team fights if they want to. They have no reason whatsoever to split up beyond if Ezreal decides to pull off another MLG bait.
So we did see the perfect MLG bait out of EJ Panda in the top lane. That was amazing.
That was probably the player of the match. You need to put that into the top 5, son.
Yeah, we will.
That was brilliant.
I'm just gonna write it down real quick so I don't forget about it.
Oh,
bottom lane Tuxedos in a little bit of trouble. Well, little lit, make that a huge bit. He will go down. Trixio is on a rampage, picks himself up another kill.
She has that haunting, guys. We're going to see some serious damage coming out of this Zyra eventually.
Yeah, and EJ Panda charging up the Elastic
top
Slingshot, trying to go on to Kleck. They have switched sides, and EJ Panda's just going to farm away. Come at me, bro. There he goes, dealing some damage. Kleck has no choice but to run away. Zach coming out huge here in this game.
Pretty sure he's regretting somewhat his decision to go Sunfire Cape instead of something like Spirit Visage. Visage.
Yeah, Visage.
Depends on want to be fancy on that.
Oh, Wolfish Eel maybe getting caught out here. There's the Shockwave pulling in too. Has to flash away with the wall though. There's the Flag and Drag in from Jarvan. They may be able to turn this around. There's the Cataclysm onto Kleck. Quickly flashed away though. And Trixio going aggressive here onto Bob. There's the playful trickster out of Johnny Belch to get away. He has to burn his flash as well. There's the True Shot Barrage. Will not be enough to pick him up. Johnny Belch will get away. Or will he? Musi Miyasi still in pursuit. There comes Defcon. In the meanwhile, Wolfish EU just picks himself up a kill on the middle lane. Textech will go down here as well. Exy picks up that one. And Bob, no choice but to run. Exy actually flashing in for the kill. May have gone in a little bit too deep. There's Repel. He will pick him up. Double kill for him. And Bananas Tuxedos.
That was amazingly played by Orianna. And right there you see another strength of the team, of Bananas and Tuxedos, their mobility. Right there, Orianna knows that if her team is even within that quarter of the map, they can be there in seconds. They have two abilities to go through walls. They have Jarvan, they have Ezreal, who can just... Oh, even Zac as well. They can just traverse over these walls and get there to help their team no matter what. Counter Legit Gaming rely on getting picks, but they will never be able to catch one of these players on their own for very long. Not with a team like this. There's just help coming to them from all sides, wherever they want. Ball delivery? Nah.
No, not really. They're not going to go for it. They don't have to. They're sitting on 16,000 gold over their enemy team right now. It's only 21. Yes, 21 minutes into the game. And I would be very, very surprised if Counter Legit Gaming actually managed to turn this game around. We'll see. It does not look likely. They have lost every turret on the map except for their inhibitor turrets. So that's basically no pressure left. They haven't picked up a single turret. The Bananas and Tuxedos still sitting on every single of their turrets on the map. And, yeah. There's pretty nothing they can do. Look at that. Johnny Bloss getting caught out while doing his blue buff, throwing out the chum the waters. Cocoon does land too, but they do not have the damage to turn it around. And Musi Miyasi just jumps straight in. Repel first out of Bob. He will go down here. No nice dark passage, but Ixie is there. He's like, you ain't going anywhere. Flash over the wall from Musi Miyasi. But he gets flayed away. They pick up the Elise, and the rest of Counter Legit Gaming has to run away.
There's not really too much to say right there. There's just too much damage coming out from one of these teams and not enough damage coming out from the other. Ooh.
Pop quiz, which of these teams was he referring to? We do see Johnny Belch going in, trying to deal some damage onto Eggsy, but he's just gladly gonna walk around the wall and throw out another Mystic shot. He has picked up his Bloodthirster, sitting on a pickaxe. Trinity Force has been completed for way, way long already. Hasn't even picked up his boots yet. Cocoon nicely arcane shifts out of that. And there's the Shockwave in. Bob going very, very low. Belch going very low. There's the True Shot Barrage. Wolfish EU picks that one up with a command attack. And now Textech has to use the box. Wolfish EU may actually go down here. And Kleck trying its best to do some damage. There's the kill. Shutdown goes over to Tristana. But Ixie doing his best to take down Kleck. There's another rocket jump in. Will he be able to take down Defcom? There's the Buster Shot. It's a double kill for Tristana. Nice turnaround. But here come Jarvan and Zac. And this probably is going to end this fight as Trixio comes in as well. He is unstoppable. Still has the most kills in the game. He is having one hell of a time right now. And Bob Zig going to get caught out here as well. Flag and Drac, and he has nowhere to repel to. He's going to come straight out where Bananas and Tuxedos are already waiting. There's the Let's Bound Burn. It's a little bit of overkill. Kleck going in as well. Has to slice and dice away, though. They will pick up this inhibitor here onto Musi Miyasi, but EJ Panda is just gladly going to jump in. Show him the Waters is used, but look at that. It barely deals any damage. Clegg now trying to deal some damage onto EJ Panda, but he's just going to gladly take down Johnny Bell. Swayful Trickster is used. Will he be able to survive this one? Trixio and Musi Miyasi come in as well. Clegg going very, very low. He is going to get picked up right here. Trixio is dominating, and there's the Elastic Slingshot onto Zextech. Double kill for Zyra. They're going to pick up this inhibitor here. Johnny Bell's running in with the homeguard, trying to do as much damage as possible, but EJ Panda is just going to jump away with his Elastic Slingshot, and Bananas Tuxedos playing with their prey right here.
That was incredible from Zach. He tanks that for so long. That was absolutely immense. What began as a 2 versus 4, Bananas and Tuxedos were able to turn into a team fight. They have that wombo combo available from so many sources, and they have the mobility to get those sources to any opportunity Counter Legit Gaming have to get a pick. There's just not too much counterplay here.
They have been doing that consistently all throughout the game. 19,000 gold ahead at this point. It is just getting worse and worse by the minute. But Counter Legit Gaming, they are still putting up a fight. They did not go down yet. They have managed to hold on to their inhibitor despite having no turrets left anywhere on the map except in their base. And they are going to continue to hold off Bananas and Tuxedos for as long as they can to try and drag this game out in dire hopes for a miracle. But here, the Elastic Slingshot of EJ Panda is charged, but quickly cancelled. They're just going to clear out this minion wave. Clegg actually diving in right there with the slice and dies. There's the shockwave, though, pulling in 4. Nice shockwave right there. Stranglethorn is also used. Trixio going very, very low, though. That's going to be a shutdown over to Viz. Defcon, in the meanwhile, a little bit of quarrel with EJ Panda will go down here as well. And then, in the meanwhile, in the jungle, Musi Miyasi picks up the Clegg, picks up the Elise, picks up the double kill, and Zach makes it an ace. 5-for-1 fight right there. That's going to be the inhibitor. That's also probably going to be the game, as the respawn timers are pretty high, and the damage out of Bananas and Tuxedos is going to be enough to pick up the game right here and right now. They're now going to jump onto the Nexus turrets. Look at that. EJ Panda and Musi Miyasi just tanking. Just tanking right there, and Musi Miyasi cheekily recalling in front of the enemy fountain. Damage is still going down onto the Nexus turrets. We do see Thresh respawn, but he makes absolutely no attempt to get there. This is going to be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Bananas and Tuxedos very convincingly taking down Counter Legit Gaming with a gold lead of 23,000 after 26 minutes into the game. 27 kills to 7, 9 turrets to 0. This is as much of a stomp that we can get in this game.
Well, Ezreal was just rather happily AFK farming bot lane before that fight, and so they figured they had a chance, and for a moment in the final fight it did look like they might actually be able to get some kills, but Zach just didn't really seem to care. He never died. He never died that game.
Yeah,
or did Jarvan.
It's true. 409. He came close to dying quite a few times, but we'll actually look at that. Trixio, the support for Bananas and Tuxedos. Most gold in the entire game. Now that's some supporting
also
right
did
there.
He also did over double the damage of Jarvan 4.
Dealt more damage
there you
than
go,
Zach
guys.
too.
If you want to carry, pick support, not jungle.
Yeah.
Support's where it's at.
This is Season 4 in action, ladies and gentlemen. Although I think in Season 3, a support with 8 kills and 14 assists would have gotten pretty strong as well, I suppose.
Yeah, but the gold. She has the most gold in the game. That's insane, and Jarvan 4 has the least. That's the meta shifting right there. Imagine if 4 months ago I told you that in 4 months' time, 4 months ago, I'm saying to you, Pash, in 4 months' time, I'm telling you, support will be the best role to carry from, jungle will be the worst role to carry from, Olaf will be king of the jungle, and Sivir will have a 58% win rate. What would you say?
I would have probably submitted to you to a mental asylum. But now that Season 4 is is going on, well, yeah, just look at that scoreboard.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's happened.
Yep. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this does it for today. I have been the Pash. This has been Veteran. We will be back tomorrow to carry out our semi and finals here at the EGL Summoners Cup number 14. So make sure to tune into that. As for us, this has been it. Thank you for watching, and we will see you tomorrow.